Hi, my name is Sachima, and I'm aspiring to go to Harvard to become a medical doctor. Um, you might be wondering, why am I making this YouTube video? Like, what's the reason? I mean, great. You should be studying, you should be doing things that could help your career, help you get to Harvard. But here's the thing. A lot of the time my focus is, okay, how can I get to Harvard? Do I need good education? Of course. Do I need extracurricular activities? Of course. I need all these other things that make me look credible and good enough to be a medical doctor. But in this time of age, those things are always going to be first. But what comes second is a lot of the things that we miss out on life when we're focusing on those kind of things. Like, for example, I'll take video games. All our kids love video games. That's true. Me personally, I love video games. I even have a team that I personally run, an esports team that I run on a video game. You might be asking, why? Why are you spending your time on something that's not going to help your future? The thing is, it will. See, I'll give you an example. I play Valorant. Valorant is a 5v5 FPS game. I have a lot of fun playing that game, but it's not just the fun aspect of it. It's the thinking through, which I do through the game. Honestly, I don't think I've thought more strategically in my life when playing Valorant. It's weird to think about, honestly. As like an adult watching this, you're probably thinking, oh, she's just using this as an excuse for her parents, or maybe she just wants to play video games all her life, or something like that. No, I don't want to play video games all my life. I want to be a pediatric oncologist, someone who helps kids with cancer. And video games might not seem that they'll help that, but it really will. The strategy within a video game, certain video games, not all video games, but certain video games, help a child's mind, reaction time, everything that you could possibly think of to help a future career is in a video game. Most video games that your child plays. Now, some video games can be very violent. I understand that. But have you ever thought why they're playing those violent games? Why they might choose Call of Duty over a peaceful Minecraft? You have to ask your child, why are you playing these games? For what reason? What is your goal? And maybe your child doesn't have a goal. So I think it's better to help them out. Find their goal. Now, I had this discussion with my parents about my usage of my computers and my phone and everything and my social media and such. And the only thing that I really excessively used was video games. Not because I'm addicted. It's just that the fact that I can connect with my friends, create strategies to win, feels really good. Using my brain for something that is fun and also training me to have a quicker reaction time, to think faster, to find different ways, think out of the box, and a quick situation where it's now or never is something that you need in the future. I can tell you right now that a lot of your children are wanting to play a certain video game or wanting to spend a certain time on a certain medium of art, but you're not allowing them because you think it will deter them from their main goal. I've been researching how to get into Harvard because obviously I want to get in there. And the thing is, you can't just get into Harvard or these big top schools with just great education and amazing extracurricular activities. You have to be creative within yourself too, because those schools are making the next doctors, engineers, people who think out of the box, people who are going to get that Nobel Peace Prize. Those are the kind of students those schools want. They don't want a kid who's always on their computer, just typing away another essay, learning how to do a debate club, all those other things, because So many other kids are doing that. So many other parents are telling their kids, that's how you get into Harvard. That's how you get into Yale. That's how you get into these big schools. That's not it anymore. Maybe when you were a kid, that's how you got in. But now there's much more ways to show creativity, to think out of the box, to show that you're unique and smart. There's so many different ways to show that you're different from all those other people submitting their application. It's not just through academics. It's not just through extracurricular activities that nobody has ever heard of. It's through being creative and creating your own way of showing proof that you are creative. Sure, you could follow the easier method of using what other parents do to their children, putting them in piano classes, taking drawing away from them, putting them into things that are more credible to universities. But credible is no longer defined by just academics and extracurriculars. They can be defined by so many different things now. Coding, playing video games, making your own video game, strategically thinking throughout everything you're doing within a video game is something that you can add now in university resumes. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds like, whoa, what is this? But it's true. The reason why I'm running an esports team is not because I really love video games. Well, it's part of it. But the other reason why is because I know I can put that on a university application. I can say, I ran this esports team from here to here, and these were my members, and they can back me up on that. I can get citations from them saying, yes, she was the team manager. She was the CEO of such and such team. And you might think, oh, why would they ever want a kid who plays video games? Video games spark creativity. I can't tell you how many times after playing a match, losing a game, winning a game, that I've gone back to my bed and thought of multiple solutions to problems that I had before playing that game. It's really unbelievable. And yes, sometimes your kid might be spending a little too much time on that game. Maybe that's when you step in and say, hey, how about we have a certain amount of time for this game? How about we try something else, like drawing, art, such and such? There's actually a study that shows that kids who draw are most likely to get into the universities they want. Doctors, a lot of the greatest doctors out there, they draw. They have other jobs that they do on the side that are way different from their usual career. I know my mom loves gardening. She just loves it. And she's a medical doctor. She's a family physician. She loves gardening. She loves interior design. And you would never think that a doctor would think of doing interior design or gardening or something like that. You think they would want to do something more grand, like teaching in a university or something like that. But that's not my mom. And maybe that's not your kid either. Maybe your kid wants to be a doctor, an engineer, but also wants to have a sideline job in something so cool, something creative, something that can help them with their main job. For me, I plan to be a pediatric oncologist, but also I plan to run the esports team. Sounds crazy, right? But imagine me taking care of little kids who are stuck in the hospital all day. What else do they have to do? They watch TV, they draw. So why not play a video game? Drawing, playing sports, all these other things, they're much more important than just doing extracurricular activities that make you look academically smart. Because academics are not everything. Sure, they get you far, but there's a certain point where you hit where you need creativity, where you need an outlet, where you need somewhere to put ideas and turn them into reality, because ideas are what change the world. Then again, you could ignore my advice. After all, I'm just a 15-year-old girl. What do I know? But I'm telling you now, ever since me and my parents talked about my computer usage, what games I play, my plans for my life, what I want to do, everything's been a lot easier. And I've been a lot happier. So have my parents. So maybe you should talk to your kid. Who knows? They might surprise you a little.